What's good, YouTube? In this video we're going to be talking about NewCastle, the new legend for season 13, and we're going to be talking about him for ranked arenas and just arenas in general. This is a first impression of NewCastle. When recording this video I probably played 5 games, so this is not a guide, but I do want to make a video just to talk about NewCastle and give you guys my thoughts on him for first impressions, and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, what you guys think about NewCastle. So last season 12, Maggie came out. I didn't make a video on Maggie until towards the end of season 12 because I didn't play Maggie in the beginning of season 12. I played her towards the end. NewCastle, we're going to play some more games with NewCastle so I could put out a guide, give you guys my advice on how to play him. But so far what I know from different games with NewCastle, whether I'm playing him or he's on my team or even on the enemy team, he is a very strategic legend. He is not a legend that is easy to play, in my opinion. I feel like he's more strategic. He's a legend that can be difficult to play, but because he's a difficult legend to play, he can be very rewarding. Now, in the gameplay in the background, we're going to have 3 different games. We're going to have the first game being the ranked game. We're going to have the second game being the first game of season 13. We play NewCastle. And then the third game is I'm playing as Maggie, but my teammate is using NewCastle. And my teammate actually uses NewCastle in a very good way in multiple rounds. So definitely stick around and watch all 3 of these gameplays. This video is going to give you a lot of examples on how you could use NewCastle in different ways and give you like little tips and tricks on how to play NewCastle. But like I said, NewCastle is not a noob friendly type of legend. I do like how they added this legend into the game. In his abilities, just to let you guys know, his tactical, which is his shield that he throws down, it does cost an extra 200 to get in arenas. That is an okay price. Is definitely on the higher side when it comes to tacticals on buying. His ultimate costs an extra 300, but the good thing about his ultimate is that you could get it every round. I was actually very surprised on that. I was very curious to see what his ultimate, like how often you could get his ultimate. So it's very good that they have it to where you could get it every round, but it is kind of on the expensive side at the 300. Now, some pros and cons that we're going to be talking about with NewCastle. Remember guys, this is just the first impression and just thoughts on the new legend for this season. NewCastle, the pros I have, he is a legend that can be used. There's some legends in the game, whether we're talking about arenas or we're talking about BR, people just don't pick these legends, right? I'm not gonna say any legends, but just some legends that they're not really picked as much, and because of that, it doesn't make the game feel new. So because NewCastle is a new legend that can be used, it makes it very good for the game. So it's good that he's a legend that can be used and people do choose him. And when it comes to arenas, he definitely has many different ways on how to be played, so that's good as well. Another pro when it comes to NewCastle is that his ultimate is buyable every round. That is something I love. I love seeing that legends can get their ultimates every round. Like I said, it's not a guide, so we have to play more games with NewCastle, and we'll give tips and tricks out on how to play him. But his ultimate, I feel like, has to be a big part of his game when we're talking about arenas. I think you could use it in many different ways. Yeah, just the fact that you could buy it every round, I think that is clutch. Another pro when it comes to NewCastle is that he is a team legend. When you talk about a team legend, you're talking about a legend that has abilities to where they can help the team. And I think that, every ability he has helps the team, right? It's very similar to like a Gibby. So the first thing and the biggest thing that we're going to talk about is like his passive, right? We all know that his res shield, just like how Lifeline used to have her res shield, that is a team legend aspect, right? You'll see that in the gameplay. I think on the third game, he was NewCastle, so my teammate was using the red shield to pick me up, and that's clutch. You can use that. It's a very good way to revive your teammate, so having that on the team is very clutch. His tactical is clutch as well when it comes to a team aspect. And then of course his ultimate, right? Just having all those walls just to help you and your teammates shoot and have cover. So NewCastle is a team legend, and that's very good for the game. and very good for a legend in arenas. Now the cons for NewCastle is, the biggest con that I can say about NewCastle is that he is a big legend, right? He's a legend who has fortified, which fortified, you can put that in the pros too as well, but he's a big legend, right? He's the Gibraltar caustic type of legend, right? The bigger legends. But the thing with him is that makes it a con is he doesn't have a gun shield like Gibraltar. So when I'm playing a bigger legend, for some reason I expect, you know, to have a gun shield, and NewCastle doesn't have that on him. He has his tactical, which is the shield, but you know, people can also destroy that. But either way, NewCastle is a big legend. I think that's a con. You know, not a lot of people like to play big legends, so that's a con. Another con too is that his tactical is on the higher price side for tacticals. It does cost 200, but it is very helpful. But like I said, it is on the higher side when it comes to the price. Another con as well is that he is not an easy legend to play. Yes, you can use him in different ways, but he is not a legend for someone who's new to the game to just pick up and like just play and get good at. Because he's a big legend and his abilities can be kind of difficult. It could be very difficult to play him as a legend compared to, you know, other legends that their abilities are just simple. That's a con. And then another con with NewCastle, just off first impressions, you know, just off playing 4 games and just seeing some gameplay with him with the first 2 days, is that he's a legend that looks like he needs a lot of materials, right? There's a lot of legends in the game where, you know, you don't really need to get materials because they're just a simple legend. Like for instance, Pathfinder, right? His grapple costs only extra 50 materials. His zip line's like 150. So he doesn't really need many materials, right? Pathfinder wise. But NewCastle, because he's a legend who can res with a shield, you got to think about a gold bag, and the gold bag costs 300 materials. Also think about getting extra abilities like his tactical, which costs extra 200. You could think about grabbing his ultimate, which costs 300. Let's not forget about the nades, which I do think that you know, nades can help a lot with NewCastle and his tactical when you combine them. So you think about nades, you think about buying shields, and you have to, and not only that, shields is big too because he's a bigger legend, so he's gonna get hit often. And then obviously you need a gun. So NewCastle is just one of those legends that he'll get better later in the game, but that's because he needs a lot of materials to make him to the best of his ability. So that's a con to me. You know, he's just one of those legends that needs extra materials. I don't know when I'll have a guide on NewCastle, but I'll definitely have one out for this season. NewCastle is a creative legend, a very interesting legend, and I can't wait to play more games on him and try to figure out and develop strategic ways on all the maps, so I could put it out on how to play NewCastle for you guys who are wanting to learn how to play him. But yeah, like I said, this is the first impressions of NewCastle. Let me know what you guys think about the new legend NewCastle. And if you guys liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.